Hey, 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 how's it going? It's Matt. It's another day, another dollar episode. Number, what is this, 5 or 6 now? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been going on so long already. Yes, but I have an amazing interview lined up for you guys today with none other than director Chris James Woods of none other than the Sleaze Box fame. And we will just hang out until he joins us in. I sent out the invite, and he is just whenever he decides to hop on in here, we're ready to rock and roll. I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff because life really is too short as is. And always, I love seeing your beautiful faces. Hopefully, you love seeing my ugly mug because it is definitely a funny one. Now, we're just waiting for Chris to pop on here any moment now. I sent out the invite to him, and he should be here anytime. Just waiting for Chris to join us in. Ah, there he is. All right, let's bring him in the video. Adding. All right. Here we go. Here we go. There he is. Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's great to see you, and this is by far one of my favorite interviews to start already. I'm very excited for this.
Cool,
So
me
why
too.
don't you?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and we're mostly here to talk about one movie in particular, and that is your future upcoming. I'm hoping it will be a bloodbath, which I'm sure it will be. American Holocaust Part Two.
Yes.
Can you, yes, can you tell us any information that you're willing to divulge at this point, or is it still pretty hush hush?
No, it's still like a work in progress, but I'll just say this. So this is so yes, we're after years of saying we're going to make part two. It's finally happening because we have the original, I guess, four key members of the from the first one. Well, myself and John Miller, who wrote the John wrote most of the first movie. I directed the film, and so John is back. Me and John Miller are back. The original Sleaze Box is back, so the band's back
Yes.
together. And John is writing the script as we speak, and also we have, of course, Bob Glazer and Jules Ciro. They're back as Mash and Chwan, and so those are the four key members from the first movie. So that's what makes this one more important, because there have been times where we tried to do a sequel, but not all four members were going to be involved. This time, you know, the sleazy four are back. So you know, I mean, pretty much. The only thing I can tell you is about the story. It's 10 years later, and Mash and Chwan are back, and they're on a killing spree, just like in the first one. And we're still ironing out the details, because that's right now we have an Indiegogo um, raising money for the production of the movie, and that's what really matters, is because we had some ideas, and right now the campaign is kind of winding down, and we're not getting as much money as we hoped. So that's going to really depend. It depends on how much money we get, and that depends on locations and hiring actors and actresses, special effects, food, transportation. So the less money we have, the less we can really do. So the more money we can have, we can do what we really want to do. So that's what's most important that the people do. You know, donate to this campaign. I mean, this is the flagship film of the Sleaze Box. People have been wanting to see this sequel for 10 years now. So it's finally going to happen. We plan on going to production in January of 2024. But we need people's help with giving contributing, and that way we raise the money and we can make the proper sequel that the fans would love to see. We don't want to shortchange them and stuff, but movies are expensive, and but We still want to deliver no matter what, but we want that. Our goal is $5,000, and we're not we're not that close right
Oh.
now, and it's 9 days away until the campaign is almost over. So
Which, by the way, I will be posting some more on that on the campaign as well, because I am definitely a huge fan and am excited for this and really want it to be get want you guys to really succeed on this, because I think this is going to be just a mother of all movies right now. Just
yeah,
from just getting the just as you said, getting the original four back together is just that's just harmony right there, and I love that, and I just wish the best for that, and I'm hoping and I'm doing everything I can to help assist as well.
yeah, Matt, I appreciate it. Definitely, I definitely appreciate every time if you send out a link or whatever, throw my name out there, throw American Holocaust. Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
And which, by the way, I've reviewed several of your films now.
Mhm.
And by the way, Family Snapshot is by far my favorite. American Holocaust would be a very close second, but Family Snapshot, that is one I feel that nobody ever talks about, and it really disappoints me.
Yeah, me too, because that's one of my favorite films. It's hard to pick a favorite. It's like a child. So, movies are like my children, so it's like hard to say what's a favorite. But yeah, definitely Family Snapshot is, and that was a film that another thing I was hoping that would get out there more. It was something different. I say it's not a sleazebox movie because it's not, as far as what we what a sleazebox movie is, with the nudity and the gore and the sleaze and stuff. And Family Snapshot is not even a horror film. It's a drama. It's a thriller, and it's based on the headlines of today with mass shootings going on, and just and drug abuse and just mental illness, and it just has all that in it. And two great actors with Eight the Chosen One, aka Brandon Jones, and Bob Glazier, of course. Um, but which they did a phenomenal performance as father and son in that, and the ones that were I guess the antagonist, or but yeah, it was a film that I was really hoping that would get out there. I was trying to get actual distribution for it. And that kind of went nowhere. I got a lot of, well, this film is black and white. No one wants to see black and white, which I think is, a crock of shit. So,
I
but,
agree.
or also, there's no names in here. There's no, you know, celebrities, So that was another thing. So I just self-distributed it myself, like I do in my other films. But I was hoping for a little bit more. It is on Tubi. It's my only film that I have on Tubi. So it also, you can rent it on Amazon, and there's some other places you can see it. Um, but yeah, I really loved the film and loved the way it came out, and the story arc of it and everything. So I'm hoping, one day, even maybe after I'm dead and gone, it'll have some type of, people discover it, because it is something that came out in 2021. We made it in 2019 before COVID, and it kind of reflects. It's like one of the first film, in the early 2020s, and it kind of reflects that. I love how it's in black and white, because it reflects a lot of things, like the before COVID, the Trump administration, mass shootings, and COVID happened, and Black Lives Matter, all that, and and insurrection of January 6th, all that stuff. It's like all this kind of negative, dark things, and that were happening in the world, and in those early years of the 2020s. Um, and that kind of film represents it, even though it was made you know before a lot of that stuff even happened.
And it's a very powerful film, and not gonna lie, both Eight and Bob completely just steal the show in that, and they just do amazing, amazing jobs. And that's one of those that I recommend on almost a daily right now, because I'm like, guys, let's get out of our boxes a little bit. Let's check out something that
Yeah.
is not just horror, but it is horror of real life. It is things that happen in reality
Mhm.
that can strike us down at any point at any time. And especially in, like you said, at the climate of 2020, the early 2020, or late 2019, early 2020, just how insane the world was,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
still is.
And yeah, we're still in that, we're still in the early, I mean, we're almost to the mid part of this decade, which is unbelievable. But yeah, we're still in the midst of it. I mean, we still got a crazy presidential election gonna happen next year. And yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
yes, chaos going on.
It's going to be chaos. It definitely is. Speaking of chaos, one of my buddies here, Yijit, asks, "Will American Holocaust 2 be gruesome gore, dark, and brutal?" Which I imagine so.
Yes. Yep. Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a film, and it's going to be like the first one. I mean, it's hard to top the original. And I mean, want to definitely make it just as gruesome and gory and sleazy and just demented and stuff. But also a little bit different. A little bit different as well. Um, you know, but Yeah, I mean, and the time is different now, because when we made the film, it came out in 2013. And things were, it seemed like, even in the horror underground, it was a different atmosphere. There was a lot of more support in the horror underground. And now it seems like a lot of the filmmakers are not around anymore, and also the taste in movies and even horror films and even independent horror films or underground horror films are way different.
Hmm.
And the climate is different. It's the Me Too, and it's cancel culture, and it's things like that. It's pretty much, and then people are more sensitive. And
Hmm.
it's with American Holocaust, maybe, I don't know, people don't want to see a movie like that now, because it's too in your face. But that's the movies we make. So,
Exactly, exactly. I mean, your company's called Sleazebox for a
yeah,
reason,
yeah,
and that's what brings me back every single time. I remember years ago, back when American Holocaust 1 first came out, and I first saw the label name, and I was like, "Holy shit, this sounds like something I must have," and I haven't turned back since. And it's just amazing to know that it's been 10 years already,
yeah.
and it just, the love that still pours out for part one is just is amazing. Yijit asked who's doing the effects, but it hasn't been filmed yet, so you haven't
Yeah, we
got a
don't know.
chance to do that yet. So any stars that are in it besides Bob and Jules that you would like to share?
Katie McKinley's going to be in it. So is Anthony Wayne, who's been in several other films. Um, a couple, Sushi.
Ah, yes.
She'll be in it. Right now, we have so much great talent that we kind of rely on. We also want to kind of get some new blood in there. That's why I was doing I had a post like a week ago about auditions for actresses who wants to be in the next sleaze queen. And we got some auditions, and we just kind of gotta look to see who fits the bill and who's willing to. I even sent them a questionnaire, like, this is what you're gonna have to, this is what kind of movie this is. Will you do this? Will you do that? Will you're okay with being in a controversial film like that? Because nowadays, you know, some people will get offended. So we're upfront. This is what kind of movie this is. And also, again, going back to the Indiegogo, where if we don't get as much money, then less people are going to be in the movie. So not that we need a lot of people in it, because the first American Holocaust only really had, I want to say, 10 tops, and that's going from lead actors to just bit parts. So it doesn't really need a lot of we don't need a lot of people, but we want to get a decent amount, and some new faces, some old faces, and to please the Sleaze box fans.
Oh, excellent. And I have another question here from my friend Travis. He wants to know how you pronounce Sushi's last name.
It's, well, Holder is her last name, but Yvette.
Yvette. Okay, I've wondered that myself.
Yeah, but I think now she just kind of just goes by Sushi Yvette.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I always love seeing her in your stuff, and in, of course, Sean's stuff as well. Is our Gator Blade also going to be in conjunction on this film as well?
This one they're sitting it out.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it's more of going back to the original. And at the time, I knew Sean. I was friends with Sean, but we didn't work together yet.
Okay.
So this one's kind of, I know it's like a band where, you got the original singer back. So, and that's John Miller. So, and you're touring with the original lineup. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. And now I've kept you for about 15 minutes now. That's usually about how long I like to bother you guys, because I know you're busy, busy, busy. Hi, Tristan. But is there anything that you would like to say before we end today?
Just support the Sleaze box, support American Holocaust Part 2. Like I said, go to Indiegogo. If you just go to my Facebook page, you'll see all links probably in every single of my post about the link where you can go and contribute. You can go to also thesleazebox.com. There's a link there, and also you can purchase DVDs, Blu-rays of my films. But yeah, just contribute to the campaign. If you guys want to see, like people have been asking me for years, are you going to make American Holocaust 2? And finally, yes, we're going to do it, and it's happening. But we need your help. We need to fund this movie. And the more, like I said, the more money we get, the more possibilities of bringing in some certain actors or actresses that would help, or locations, or more special effects. So the lower the budget, I mean, we're still going to put all our 110% in it, no matter if we have $2 or $200,000. So it's still going to be a good film, but money goes a long way. But thank everyone who supports us, who contributed already. Thank you, Matt, for taking to let me just kind of plug the Sleaze box, plug American Holocaust. But no, thank everyone who supports myself, John Miller, Bob Glazer, Jules Ciro, the Sleaze box in general. But thank you all, and just support the Sleaze. That's all I can say.
Well put, well put. And I thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy weekend and coming in and talking about American Holocaust 2. And of course, I will be like I said earlier, I will post some keep posting for you for the next 9 days is left, you said, correct?
Yeah.
So I will be putting up some posts, and when I throw this up on YouTube, I will also put a link on there as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're very, very welcome, and have a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your day.
All right, you too, Matt. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.